Obsession 2026 explained. Full story breakdown, no ending spoilers. What if the person you've loved for years suddenly loved you back, but far more than you ever wanted? That's the terrifying idea behind Obsession, the breakout supernatural horror film from writer and director Curry Barker. Instead of asking whether love can conquer all, this movie asks a much darker question. What happens when love becomes possession? Today we're diving deep into the story, characters, and horror behind the film, but don't worry, we're stopping before the ending, so you can still experience the biggest twist yourself.
Is she okay?
No.
What kind of spells you put on her?
Meet Bear. Our story centers on Bear, a quiet, awkward young man working in a small music store. He's kind, dependable, and the sort of person who spends more time imagining conversations than actually having them. Bear has been close friends with his coworker Nikki since childhood. They've known each other for years, joke comfortably with one another, and seem inseparable at work. But while Nikki sees Bear as a loyal friend, Bear has secretly been in love with her for a long time. His biggest problem isn't rejection, it's that he never gathers the courage to tell her how he feels. He convinces himself that waiting for the perfect moment is safer than risking the friendship they already have. The mysterious gift. One day, Bear decides he's finally going to do something meaningful for Nikki. While shopping for a gift, he wanders into an unusual New Age store packed with strange charms, odd antiques, and objects that look like they belong in an occult museum. That's where he discovers a mysterious artifact called the One Wish Willow. The shop owner treats it as more than just a novelty. According to the legend, whoever breaks the willow while making one sincere wish will have that wish granted. Bear laughs it off at first, but desperation has a way of making impossible ideas sound reasonable. Thinking there's nothing to lose, Bear makes one simple wish.
I wish Willow. I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the entire world.
I love you so much.
I want Nikki to love me more than anyone else in the world. The wish comes true. At first, everything seems perfect. Almost immediately, Nikki begins paying far more attention to Bear than usual. She's happier around him. She constantly wants to spend time together. She starts texting him throughout the day. She compliments him. For a brief moment, Bear believes the impossible has happened. His dream has finally come true. But then things begin changing in ways he never expected. Love becomes obsession. Instead of developing naturally, Nikki's affection becomes unnaturally intense.
Bear, I love you so much. I don't think I could live without you.
Nikki,
Yeah?
does your dad really have cancer?
No, don't do that! I thought we were having a nice day!
We are.
She doesn't simply enjoy Bear's company, she needs it. Every minute they're apart feels unbearable to her. She begins showing up unexpectedly wherever he goes. If Bear spends time with friends or family, Nikki becomes visibly distressed. The smallest misunderstanding suddenly feels like a betrayal. Bear initially dismisses these moments as excitement, but before long, he realizes something is very wrong. Reality starts to crack. As Nikki's behavior becomes increasingly unsettling, even stranger things begin happening around her. She reacts to things nobody else can see. She suddenly freezes in fear during ordinary conversations. At times, she screams at empty spaces. Other moments suggest that something unseen may be following her, or perhaps controlling the wish itself. The movie deliberately keeps viewers questioning whether Nikki is simply losing her grip on reality, or whether a supernatural force is manipulating both of them. That uncertainty becomes one of the film's greatest strengths, Bear's growing guilt. As the situation spirals, Bear slowly realizes he may have caused everything. He never wanted Nikki to lose herself. He only wanted the chance she never naturally gave him. Now every attempt to create distance only seems to make the obsession worse. Instead of solving his loneliness, the wish has trapped both of them inside a nightmare. The film turns a familiar romantic fantasy into something deeply uncomfortable, exploring how removing another person's free will destroys the very thing that makes love meaningful. The horror style. 1. Reason Obsession has connected with horror fans is that it rarely depends on constant jump scares. Instead, it creates dread through escalating tension. Ordinary moments become unsettling because viewers never know how Nikki will react next. The horror comes from losing control of relationships, emotions, and ultimately reality itself. When the film does lean into body horror and disturbing imagery, it uses those moments sparingly, making them much more impactful. Critics have also noted the film's blend of psychological horror and dark humor. Themes beneath the supernatural story lies a surprisingly thoughtful message. The movie explores the difference between love and possession, why consent matters in every relationship, the danger of trying to force emotions that should develop naturally, how obsession destroys both the obsessed and the person they pursue. Rather than presenting Bear as a simple hero or villain, the story asks viewers to think about how seemingly harmless desires can have devastating consequences when people try to control the feelings of others. Before the final act. By the time the movie reaches its final act, Bear understands that undoing the wish may be far more difficult than making it. Nikki's behavior has become increasingly unpredictable. The strange supernatural events surrounding the wish continue to escalate, and it becomes clear that whatever power granted Bear's request was never interested in giving him a happy ending. From this point forward, the film begins revealing its biggest secrets, but that's where we'll stop to avoid spoiling the climax. Final Thoughts Obsession is much more than another supernatural horror movie. It's a dark twist on the classic Be Careful What You Wish For story, blending psychological tension, supernatural horror, and uncomfortable relationship dynamics into one of the year's most talked about indie horror films. It has earned praise for its originality, performances, and its ability to turn a simple premise into an increasingly disturbing experience. If you're looking for a horror movie that relies on atmosphere, suspense, and disturbing ideas rather than nonstop jump scares, Obsession is well worth adding to your watch list. Have you seen Obsession yet? Without spoiling the ending for anyone else, let us know what you thought in the comments. And if you enjoyed this spoiler-free breakdown, be sure to subscribe for more horror movie deep dives every week.